Hello, everybody. It's DMC3, and I'm here with my buddy Jonathan to read about chapter 2 of the book of Matthew. And afterwards, we'll discuss.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to start reading. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east, and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ was to be born. "In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will be the shepherd of my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and make careful search for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them, until it stopped over the place where the child was. And when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and of incense and of myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route.
Flight into Egypt. Now, when they had gone, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you. For Herod is going to search for the child to destroy it." So Joseph got up and took the child and his mother while it was still night, and left for Egypt. He remained there until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what had been spoken by the Lord through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." Herod kills the children. Then when Herod saw that he had been tricked by the Magi, he became very enraged and sent and slew all the male children who were in Bethlehem and all its vicinity, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had determined from the Magi. Then what had been spoken through Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled. A voice was heard in Ramah, weeping in great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and she refused to be comforted because they were no more. Jesus returns to Nazareth. But when Herod died, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead." So Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Then, after being warned by God in a dream, he left for the regions of Galilee, and came and lived in the city called Nazareth. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophets: "He shall be called a Nazarene."
These Magi who come from the east, right? And they come to worship Jesus. So, and they're coming all this way to come worship Jesus. And then there's
Herod, who claims that he will worship Jesus, but really he's trying to destroy it.
He's really thinking more about himself, because he knows there's this king, the Christ, and he doesn't want. He's worried about
that he
that
will
this
be
king,
be overthrown.
yeah, that he's gonna be taken out of power.
Yeah.
But and so there's
The chief priest.
oh yeah, the chief priest, yeah, and so they tell Herod that there's the Christ is to be born in Bethlehem. So and that's been prophesied. So Jesus is fulfilling prophecy right here. But this shows that he's the Christ, because he's fulfilling all these prophecies.
So Joseph, he had to take to Mary and Jesus to all sorts of places. So he had to flee to Egypt, then until Herod was dead, and then after the death of Herod, then he had to flee to the land of Israel. But Herod's son Archelaus, he was taking over Judea, and Joseph was afraid to go there. And then he left for the regions of Galilee, and then came to live in a city called Nazareth. And the prophet said that Jesus will become a Nazarene.
Yeah, so fulfilling more. There's a few prophecies fulfilled right here. So there's the one about Bethlehem, and then there's here down here it says in verse 15, and so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I called my son. So that's already prophesied about Jesus being taken to Egypt. And then the prophecy about the children being killed, because Herod wants to kill all the children, because he wants to make sure he destroys the threat to being king, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then there's the one that Drew mentioned about him being called a Nazarene, and so all these prophecies are
Being fulfilled.
being fulfilled. So and Jesus is fulfilling all of them, showing that he really is the Christ. And then there's also, you see the Magi, how they respond to it. They know that Christ is there, so they go and worship him, even if it's a great cost to themselves, because they're coming all the way from the east to come worship Jesus. So they're probably going on a long journey. So so there's Joseph. God's telling him to go all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Down to Egypt, and then back to Israel, and then to Nazareth. So, but he obeys God. So
He was following God.
Yeah, even though it might not have been convenient for him, he still is gonna obey God.
Yeah, I think we should be more like the Magi who came all the way from the east just to worship Jesus.
Yeah. And then also it says, when they had gone, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. Get up, he said, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. So it seems like Joseph obeyed God right away. He didn't wait to obey God.
He didn't even question it.
Yeah, he didn't question it. Yeah, he just went. So that's what we should do. So.
Yeah, God, he has a plan for all of us, things may not happen the way we expect them to. Like, whatever happens, we should follow God.
Yeah. And obviously God had a plan here, right?
Yes.
So
So I think that's it.